Faithful, welcome back to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. Today we'll be going over our unfortunate, disappointing loss to the Cardinals in Week 5. My first thought is a cautionary thought, a reminder. Let's remember we have gone into seasons, recent seasons even, where we were 3-5 before we hit the bye week, and we still ended up in the NFC Championship. So 2-3, while bad, and yes, I'm going to say bad. It's definitely not okay. It's not average. It's bad, just because of how we lost those games. We can still make a comeback from this. I am not. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm confident that we can make a change and come back from this, and we will be fine, and we will make it to the playoffs. And I still think we can get into the Super Bowl and win. With all of that said, remember, we've been here before. Let's talk about the game itself. First half was ours. First half was awesome. I love the block punt. I love the touchdown because of the block punt. I love the Kittle touchdown right in the middle. No, Kittle up the middle, right there. That was awesome. I wasn't happy with the amount of field goals, even in the first half. I think, especially the one where we were on the 2 or 3 yard line, I think we should have gone for it there. Even if we missed, we would have had them pinned back. But I'm not the coach. I don't see anything. I'm just a fan telling what I thought I saw. The other thing is the second half. The second half was complete, I hate to say it, complete disaster. So many missed tackles. It wasn't funny. I think it was in the middle of the fourth quarter, and they brought up the stat on TV about 14 missed tackles by that point. We cannot have that many missed tackles. What happened between the first and second halves? Nick Bosa. Awesome play. Quite happy with him. If I were to give game balls, definitely Nick Bosa would get game ball. I don't know. It was just an all around in the second half. The second half, I think we gave the Cardinals too much credit, or not enough credit. It was a disaster. Plenty of plays where we had an option to do things. The penalty that we got, roughing the passer. I know that the NFL wants to play it safe, wants to be safe on the quarterbacks, but he was just bringing his hand down. He had tried to reach up, he tried to block, brought his hand forward. It wasn't even a fast forward. Excuse me. It wasn't even a fast, slam or anything like that. It was, okay, I'm bringing my hand down, and it happened to hit his helmet. It's not like he was forcefully doing it. The play was over. He didn't even, Kyler Murray barely even acknowledged that it happened. And they threw the flag for that. That was ridiculous. This is football. You've got to let them play. Some of the other penalties were, I don't know how to put it. They were terrible. The penalties that the 49ers had were basic things. Don't jump off sides. Don't false start. And these were, this was Nick Bosa and Juwan Jennings. They know better. So we blew this one. I'm very hopeful that Nick Sorensen is going to rethink how he's been playing the defense. The defense needs to tackle better. They need to have better schemes on defense. I don't even think we even get a sack? I think we got one. But we did not get as much penetration as I was hoping we would have got. And it led to the second half meltdown. That's pretty much what it was. It was a meltdown. We couldn't tackle, couldn't stop the run. Kyler Murray came back and did his thing, which he hadn't been doing the past couple of weeks. And he did his runs, which, mobile quarterbacks do. And that's always been an unfortunate thing with the 49ers is they've always had trouble with mobile quarterbacks. We're going to have to come back on a short week and hope that we can stop the Seahawks and get back to 500 again. Because after that, we're going to have the Cowboys and the Chiefs. And as much as we all like to dig on the Cowboys, they are during the season they're a good team. And we know what we've always past God since the first Super Bowl that we played against the Chiefs, we've had problems against the Chiefs. I don't think we've won a game since then against them. So it's going to be a tough battle between now and the bye week. If we can come out, I'm going to be honest, if we can come out with a 3-5 record by the bye week, I will be happy with that. I will not be ecstatic. I would love to be at least 4-4 or better, 5-3, but I have to be realistic about it. I think as much as I want and wish that we beat the Chiefs, that's going to be a tough one. I think we might be able to pull out against the Cowboys, and I hope we pull out against the Seahawks. But yeah, it's going to be a tough road. And this game against the Cardinals, where tale of two halves. Like I said, the first half was ours. The second half we just melted down. I blame more of it on the defense, though the offense didn't do a whole lot better. The offense needed to execute better. I don't know why we aren't doing what we've been doing in the past. That was very successful with the play action. Why aren't we doing play action pass? Barely any of it during the whole game. Yeah, it's great that we're trying the deep balls and we need to keep that up, but we need to do our bread and butter so we can win these games. So we can get in the end zone instead of kicking field goals. Now, a lot of you, speaking of field goals, are probably thinking, because I've read about it in fan pages and such. Oh, no one likes Moody. He sucks. Blah blah blah. He really doesn't. He's really good. He missed one field goal this season so far, and he's fine. He's doing good, and now he's hurt. I don't know who we would go get, especially on such a short week. But we're going to have to get somebody. We don't know how hurt he is. I don't know if we can make a quick call to Robbie Gould and maybe get him out of retirement for a month or so. But he would be rusty. So we'll see what happens there. But I still thought Moody was doing fine. Yeah, I don't know if it's just to blame him or not, but at least he was trying to do a tackle. It just the way football happens, and he got hurt. But either way, this was a tale of two halves, like I said. And unfortunately, it's a tale of two halves that affected the 49ers with a loss by 1 point. We need to clean up the basics. We need to get back to basics. Need to get back to what we were winning with last season, the previous season, and that's the play action pass. And we need to get tackle better. It's that simple. So let's hope by next game this Thursday. Speaking of that, I will do my episode Friday afternoon after the game because I unfortunately have to work Thursday night. I'm second shifter. So I'll be listening to the game as much as I can. So Friday afternoon, I'll do my next episode after the game. And hopefully I'll be reporting that we get a win. So to reiterate, to recap, remember, this isn't the end of the season. Are we doing not as good as we would hoped? Yes, we're definitely not doing as good as we hoped. But we have been in this situation before, and we've still got to the NFC Championship. We've still gotten to the Super Bowl. Let's keep that in the back of your minds. And let's move on to the next game. If you need to vent, go ahead and vent. This doesn't, I don't believe with a lot of people I see on Facebook saying, if you want to whine and complain and blah, 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 that you're not a true fan. I don't agree with that. Get the venting out. You need to get the venting out. Better to get it out. But remember, this is our team. We've been in this situation before. It's going to be okay. We're still going to get to the playoffs. We're still going to get the NFC Championship. We're still going to win the Super Bowl. So, with that said, y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I know it's a tough loss, but go out and have a good rest of your night. And watch out for some shorts coming between now and Thursday. And have a good night. Go Niners!